Hello everyone, I am Teacher Romary. The Bible story today that I will tell and share with you is about a time when Jesus was on a boat with his disciples. Jesus calms a storm. After a busy day of teaching, when it came to evening, Jesus spoke to his disciples. He said, "Let's go over to the other side of lake." Leaving the crowd behind, Jesus and his disciples got into the boat. A round yellow moon came up over the lake. The stars twinkled high overhead. Jesus was so very tired. So he lay down with his head on a pillow and was soon sound asleep. The man at the back steered carefully. The boat sailed on and on. When they had sailed to the middle of the sea, a storm began to kick up waves. Suddenly, a fierce wind began to blow. The boat rocked back and forth and up and down over the waves. The storm grew stronger and more furious. There was lightning and there was thunder. Jesus had fallen asleep almost as soon as the boat left the shore. Even though the sea was tossing the boat around, he was still asleep. But his disciples were beginning to get really afraid. They tried lowering the sail and throwing out the anchor, but nothing worked. They bailed out the water, but still the storm raged and the boat was close to sinking. Finally, they couldn't stand it any longer. Jesus was still sound asleep, so they woke him up. They said, "Teacher, don't you care if we drown?" With that, Jesus stood up in the boat and shouted out, "Quiet! Be still!" Signal for everyone to be quiet. The storm died down. The waves grew calm, and the boat Jesus was on stopped sinking. Jesus looked at his disciples, who were now soaking wet and shaking with fear. He said to them, "Why are you so afraid? Didn't you believe that I would take care of you?" The disciples were no longer afraid, but they were amazed. They turned to each other and asked, "Who is this?" Even the wind and the waves obey him. That day was very exciting for the disciples. First caught in a terrible storm and then seeing Jesus control the weather and just replace it with his words. The end. Jesus tells to us, don't be afraid when lightning flashes and the thunder crashes and the strong winds blow. I am with you always, say Jesus, in the dark and in the storm. I will never leave you